So, I don't really like doing videos like these. I don't have anything personally against them, but I usually don't do book tag videos because, I don't know, I've never really felt like, doing them. I'll watch them on occasion if it's from a channel that I like, but I generally don't do them because, I'll put it this way, I usually watch them, or if I do them, it's because I really feel like it, I don't really... It's not something that'll be a regular thing on this channel. But my friend Chris, from Chris Reads Books, he's a good guy. You should go check out his channel. He did a little book tag recently where he did 20 questions talking about, these 20 questions he was asked about. It was sort of a general thing, and I decided, why not? I'll give it a shot. If you haven't checked out Chris's channel, you should go look at him. He's a good guy. Give him some support. He definitely needs it in these trying times. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing some of these questions today, and I guess I was tagged by Chris, so, yeah, shout out to you, Chris. Yes. So, basically I'm going to be answering these questions just over the video. There's not going to be a script. This is totally going to be off the cuff. So if you hear me go and a lot, that's probably why, because, there you go. I usually have bullet points to keep me on track. Now, I have questions to keep me on track, so, but mostly this video is going to be off the cuff. So, hope you guys enjoy that. First question: how many books are too much in a series? Well, I have strict rules, but I do make exceptions. But generally, I like to stick with trilogies or standalones, because trilogies, you can put a story in a nice, compact 3-book read, not too big of a commitment. You can enjoy yourself. I've been wary of big fantasy series like Wheel of Time or Malazan or any books like that are just like 10 to 15 books long. It's ridiculous. My friend Ty keeps trying to get me to read Malazan, and I don't know if I'm going to read it. I know Jason didn't care for it. My friend Jason from Jason Furman. I know he didn't like it, but, usually about, 10 to 15. I mean, there are the longer series I'll make exceptions for, like, Harry Potter or Game of Thrones. But aside from that, I usually stick with trilogies and standalone books. How do I feel about cliffhangers? This is one I had to think about a little bit. Initially, I had one answer, but it's a little more nuanced. I'll put it this way, I do really like a good cliffhanger when it's done well. It depends, you can do anything well, and really I find that the best storytelling for me is one that gets me so sucked into the story, I can really, I feel like I feel the story. I'm in the story with the characters. I'm not just reading and going, oh yeah, this is really good, and yeah, I like to feel what's going on when I'm reading a story. To the point where I'm completely entranced by it, where I'm just, I need to know what happens next. And cliffhangers can be really good using for that, or you'll be eternally teased for the rest of your life. Again, I'm trying not to curse too much on this video. Thanks, Grandma. Anyways, but yeah, cliffhangers, I do like them when done well. There are some of them that are just done to get you to start reading them, to just keep reading them, and it feels very manipulative. And let me tell you, readers can smell crap from a mile away. So I'm telling you, your readers are much smarter than you think they are. I've learned from experience anyway. Number 3, paperbacks or hardcovers? Paperbacks. I don't know. I like the way they feel. I don't have anything against hardcovers, but I'm gonna just get my buddy Jason's book here, Song for the End of the World. Let me get another one. I like paperbacks because I like the way they feel more, and I don't have to wrestle with the stupid thing that can fall out. Oh, there's my bill for there's my receipt for that. I don't have to deal with, the thing falling off, and I hate that. I hate that when it comes to hardcovers, I hate having to, mess with the the covers, and it just falls off, and it annoys me to all get out. But so yeah, I prefer paperback more than hardcover. What is my favorite book? That is a loaded question, because I have a dozen of favorite books. I'm sure you're probably going to get this from a lot of people. Let's see, some favorites of mine. American Gods, Heart of Darkness, Oliver Twist, childhood favorite, Adventures of Tom Sawyer, Lolita, a fantastic book, if you've never read it. Tale of Two Cities, another Dickens. Some of Stephen King's work, like 11/22/63, Pet Sematary is really good. Though my favorite, it might actually be 11/22/63. I resisted for a long time, but I think 11/22/63 is my favorite King book, because that is it's just a great story, and it ends well. The dude struggles with ending well, and he just, oh man, he can't end well, but he did with, it's hard for him to end in like a totally satisfying manner, and 11/22/63 did it, you know. It's one of those books. Let's see, some of the books I've already covered, some more recent favorites, of course, Perdido Street Station, Black Leopard, Red Wolf, let's see, John Krakauer wrote it. Into the Wild. It's probably one of my favorite nonfiction books of all time. Heart-wrenching story. There's dozens more. There's also comics I could mention, like Watchmen, The Walking Dead, Fell, Transmetropolitan, let's see, Preacher, Sweet Tooth, which I actually have right there. Just a lot of books, just a lot of different books that I love, and I don't want to name them all, but those are just examples. The Road, obviously, a lot of Cormac McCarthy stuff, like The Road, No Country for Old Men, Blood Meridian as well. But yeah, I have a bunch of different books that I love, and I don't want to name them all. That would just take forever. Least favorite book. Now, I try not to sip on the haterade so much, like, and most book reviewers are pretty cool about, you know, staying chill and not, like, hating on books, you know, and try to stay constructive in their criticism, but, like, what's a book that really made me mad, you know, a book that really grinded my gears, if I could quote Peter Griffin? Well, I mean, there's some obvious choices. Twilight, for instance. Probably say Divergent. Really hated that series. I read it in middle school, and I hated it. I hate the prose style. I hate the characters. I hate the melodrama. It's just stupid. I don't like it. I think it's a terrible book. And I read the whole freaking thing, because, you know, I'm an idiot, of course. But I digress. Anyway. Least favorite book is probably Divergent. That's the first one that pops to my mind. I didn't want to say Twilight, because, you know, that's too easy. How do you feel about love triangles? Let's see. Don't like them. I fucking hate love triangles, in all honesty. It's such a contrived way for drama. And, I mean, there's probably people out there who like them. And if you like love triangles, that's great. I'm happy for you. But my thing is, I think it's just a stupid, contrived way to get people to care about what's going on. Now, there are some series that can do it well. I mean, you know, Spectacular Spider-Man did like a love quadruple. It's ridiculous. I mean, that's a great animated show if you've never seen it. Then again, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I mean, repping the shirt today, coincidentally enough. But yeah, I don't like love triangles. I think a lot of them are really stupid. Yeah, I really don't like them. And it's just, YA. Why are love triangles so popular in young adult fiction? It's stupid. It's stupid. It's dumb. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do this to me? Anyway, then again, I don't read a lot of young adult fiction anymore, because There is a lot of it that I don't like all that much. I mean, the cliches that I've seen kind of drove me off from. I know there's probably good YA books out there. I'm not going to dismiss them off count. You know, I want, you know, there are some YA books I would like to try at some point. And there are good ones out there. I'm not gonna discount, but you know, just not really my thing. I don't like love triangles. Most recent book I couldn't finish. Well, you see, unlike my buddy Jason Furman, I'm a dumbass who likes to finish the books that I read. It doesn't matter if I absolutely despise it. I'm finishing the damn thing because you know it could get better. I think I don't know, but most recent book I couldn't finish. The first one I could think of was probably American Sniper. You guys remember that? Chris Kyle wrote it. It's a memoir about, you know, Chris Kyle's journey in the military. It sucks too because I was really liking that book, and when I read it, this was like a few years ago. I actually want to read that again at some point. Books I am currently reading. Well, I am only reading 2 at the moment. It's because April's been a very slow reading month, so you know I'm just diving all in. Galveston by Nick Pizzolatto. Now, some of you might recognize him as the guy who created True Detective. I love it. Season 1 is a masterpiece. I love Season 1 of, not Galveston, of True Detective. And I started Galveston. I'm reading that right now. And it's actually pretty good. I'm really enjoying it. It's more intimate than True Detective, but it's a pretty good book. It also makes me wish that he has done more novels. Maybe someday. Excuse me. The other book I'm doing, part of a group read as well that I'm doing, that is The Vor from Brian Catling, or B. Catling as it says down there. This is a really fascinating book about a strange forest that is in colonial Africa. I definitely will plan on doing a review of this book at some point to express my thoughts about it, but it's certainly certainly one of the most fascinating books I've read in a while. So yeah, that's what I'm reading right now. Last book I recommended. Well, I was talking about Perdido Street Station the other day with a friend of mine, so that was probably the last book I recommended. Because I've been harassing a lot of people for the past year to read it, and, you know, it's, oh god, last book, but, yeah, Perdido Street Station. I've harassed a lot of people to read that book, so, you know, it's not completely innocent when it comes to that regards. Last book I already did that answer. Newest book I read. The newest book I have read recently is probably The Black Tongue Thief from Christopher Buehlman, which I did a review for. I'll link it down below. Which I thought was fine. You know, if you want to see my thoughts on The Black Tongue Thief, yeah, I'll link my video down below. Yeah, I thought it was okay. It was fine. It didn't blow me away. The world building was really nice, which, you know, I do appreciate some good world building, but it was the characterization that kind of killed it for me. And there wasn't a lot of like, there's kind of an arc, but it's not really, you know, like a big thing. I don't know. It didn't blow me away. Okay. Favorite author. A lot of my it's kind of like favorite books. It's favorite authors, kind of a thing. Complex beast, but I'll do my best to oblige you. Let's see, Ray Bradbury, Alan Moore, Cormac McCarthy, obviously, James Baldwin, Charles Dickens, Neil Gaiman, Dennis Lehane. It's funny because it's funny because Warren Ellis, Garth Ennis, Robert Kirkman. If we're gonna go for comics. Let's see other authors I enjoy. I really, really like. Victor Laval, maybe. I don't know if he's a favorite yet, but the books I've read from him are fantastic. I've enjoyed them. He's definitely on my radar for becoming a favorite. Let's see. Maybe Marlon James. That's probably a bit too early to say, but I love Black Leopard, Red Wolf, as you all know. Damn, I keep, pulling my hair. It's I keep, pulling hairs down here. But, Hunter S. Thompson, for show. He's a great author. Robert Heinlein. I enjoy him quite a bit. Ed Brubaker, Jeff Lemire, and Jason Aaron. There's a lot. I'll just keep it at that. There's a lot of them in comics as well as in in regular books. That my friend Natalia calls it eyeball reading. So yeah, buying books or borrowing them. I like buying them because I love libraries. I really do, but I really don't like the sensation of feeling like you're reading on a countdown. It just kills the experience for me. So yeah, buying books. Yeah, I also don't lend out my books very often unless they're books I don't like. Because the last time I lent out a book, the woman who I lent it to took it and never came back. She's also on drugs. Anyway, I am a little salty about that, but I'm not going to dwell on the past. So we'll put it this way. I prefer buying books, and yeah, I have friends who make fun of me for all the books that I have in my office. Like here, I have books up here, and I have 2 books I'm reading here. It's just I have books everywhere in my house. And people make fun of me about it. So, but I buy books. I don't like borrowing them because it feels like I owe somebody, and it's just it's just I don't care for it. I don't care for it. A book I dislike that everyone seems to love. Ooh, I got an answer for you. It's right over here. The hardcover. Probably should have given it away, but it's The Devil Takes You Home, which was actually one of the first reviews I did when I started this channel back up. Absolutely, I wouldn't say everyone loved this book. This did get a more mixed reception, but the positive reviews I did hear were really positive. I fucking hated this. Sorry, Annie, but I hated this book. It's, oh my lord, terrible book. Now, it's not badly written or anything. The prose is really nice. It's just the storytelling is, oh my own. I'm watching a lot of Sopranos again recently, but my own, it's bad. I don't like it. It's not a good book. It's just not. I'm giving that book away when I first get the chance to. I'm giving that damn book away. Hey. Bookmarks or dog ears? Well, if you didn't notice from the books I pulled out earlier, I have a fondness for bookmarks. I have one here. I have a book. I have a drawer filled with them. Where are they? Where are they? Right here? I don't know where they're at the moment. In other words, I enjoy bookmarks. I had a drawer filled with them, but I don't have it right now, so I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I like bookmarks. I don't know. Just they can be a pain in the ass to keep up with at times, but I enjoy them. I like them. The books I can always reread. Now this was a kind of tricky one because I don't reread a lot. Not that I have anything against it. I just don't tend to do it. But books that I would say they're kind of like a question like this. But books are kind of like a comfort read for me. I'd say something like Harry Potter, the series, the book series. Like that's kind of one I go back to again and again. And The Great Gatsby. That's just a great. That's another book I forgot to put on my favorites. That's a fantastic book, and it's very short, 180 pages. It's a book I can go back to again and again, and just I love it. It's a great book. Is it comforting? Probably not, but it's a book I go to, and I feel like I'm home when I read it again. You know, it's a wonderful, wonderful book. I really enjoy The Great Gatsby. It's one of my favorite it's one of my favorite American classics. That and Tom Sawyer. Also enjoy Huckleberry Finn as well, but Tom Sawyer I have a soft spot for because I was a kid. But anyway, yeah, those are the books I can reread. One POV or multiple POVs. This was kind of tough because I don't really care. Now, I'm not saying go willy-nilly with the perspectives like, you know, George R.R. Martin can or some other writers. But I don't mind multiple POVs. If it feels right for the story, then, you know, it's fine. Like, I recently read The Lies of Locke Lamora here, this really fun book. I enjoyed I enjoyed how he used perspective in this book because it didn't take away from the story. Like, it wasn't like... Now, it did cut back and forth from flashbacks to now, which could kind of be annoying when you get sucked into the story and you have to go to the back flashback. Now, luckily, both stories were pretty good, but I digress. Really, I don't care. It's not really something I'm a bit like, you know, I'm not really not really squeamish on this, but, that was probably the wrong word. I'm not stingy about it. It's not something I really angst about. Now, if it's something like Game of Thrones, where it's just a bunch of perspectives every chapter, okay, that can get a little frustrating. But really, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't really get too involved with that. I don't really mind. So that's my answer for that. Can you read in one setting or over multiple days? Well, not that I tend to read very fast. My friend Jason can attest to this. I can read really fast, but I try to spread it out. Like, there are books I could have probably finished in one day, like my buddy Jason's Song for the End of the World. Like, this is like 170-something pages. I could have knocked this out in a day, but it took about 4 days to do. Yeah. Also foreshadowing for next week. 8. But no, I like to read over multiple days because, you know, I like to spread out my reading so I don't just, you know, and also I like to wait a bit before I get new books, because if I just sucked them all, that sounded really weird. If I devoured all of them quickly, I would feel bad, because then I need to get more books for me to read, and, you know, I mean, that's nice, but at the same time, I kind of want to enjoy the experience, if you know what I mean. Group tag. Who's going to be tagged in this? I don't know. I didn't have anybody in mind, though. I did think it would be funny if Jason did this. I know he would probably go, no, knowing him. He would probably be like, fuck no. But, I'll tag him just for the lulz, baby. I'll tag him. Who else is on here? This sucks. Maybe Tori from Tori Talks, because I've started chatting with her recently. She's super cool. Maybe Jimmy from Fantasy Network. We'll go with that. I think that's good. So, yeah, this is a bit longer than my usual videos are, but I saw Chris's video and he's like, hey, maybe you should do one. And I thought, Why not? So, there you go. Anyway, I'll be back next week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to go check me out, I'm on Twitter. You can see my more unfiltered thoughts. You can go to Goodreads and Letterboxd, where I write reviews, probably ones that are more coherent than the one you just heard right now. And Discord. Please join my Discord. Please join my Discord. It would be nice. Anyway, not much else for me to say. So, see you guys later. Bye bye.